it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today is a really exciting video because it is my Project Pan finale for my Project Pan for 2018. I picked some items from my collection for the year to finish up. I have a intro video and a check-in video on a playlist I will link up in the cards for you, and I'm just gonna go over each of the items, let you know how I did, and give you my final thoughts on the project. So the first item is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I have the shade 2.1. This is more of a summertime shade. In order to wear this in like the fall and spring, I have to mix it with other foundations, and I tried to use it as much as possible. And I think I made a lot of progress, and if I can figure out how, I'm not that good at editing, if I can figure out how I'll insert how full it was in the beginning. It's about halfway gone, but it's about right here, so not too much progress. Right now it's down to about here, so it's almost empty, and this is good for 24 months, and I believe I got this in like November of 2016, so I'm just gonna toss this, but I'm glad I got it most of the way used up before it was expired. And then I have the Milani Prime Light Primer. This is an illuminating and pore minimizing primer. Right now it's about right here, it feels like, so a third of the way gone. I think I've made a little bit of progress. It's like down to here, whereas before it was like halfway full. This is completely used up, completely empty, and I most enjoyed this mixed in with my foundation, like foundations like this, to lighten it, because it is a white color, but it's not bad, it's just not my favorite. Then I used up my Bareminerals Correcting Concealer, and I repurchased, and I've already hit pan in the one I repurchased. I still have all that product around the edges. And the Correcting Concealer, this will just always be a staple in my collection, but I was taking forever to get through this one, so I'm glad that I got through this one. Then I got down this far on my Smog eyeliner from Urban Decay. It's a metallic brown eyeliner. I believe they still have it in their current lineup, but it was like my oldest eyeliner that I had. I think I got pretty far. I'm not sure. I think it was like up to here maybe. It was a mini, but I've still, I think, used quite a bit in it. Let me see if I can find a fuller mini. Yes, so this is a fuller mini size. I think I've made a small dent in it, not too much. I've sharpened it like 2 or 3 times, so I haven't gotten very far down, but I have made some progress. I think at this point, it having an expiration of 24 months as well, I should just toss it, even though I didn't finish it all the way. Then I pretty much destroyed this NYX banana powder. There's still a little bit left in there, but the packaging is broken, which I have hit pan on, and I want to completely pan this by the end of the year. And it's not really, unless I like crushed it up and repressed it, it's not really usable to get my brush around the edges to get that last bit of powder. So I'm really proud that I finished a powder. I don't think I've ever finished a powder before in my life, so that's amazing. And I've already repurchased it, and I'm already making a dent in the one I repurchased. Then I have 2 lip products. First is the Moxie Lip Gloss in Spark Plug. This was a deluxe sample size. It's almost gone. It's like, if it settles, it's like down to here. I keep thinking that it's empty. I keep thinking I finished it, but then I'll like let it lay down and it'll settle, and I'll be able to get more product on the wand. So I'm still kind of scraping the bottom and getting more out, but it's so close to being done. It's so close. And I used this all the way up. It is completely empty, and I'm really proud of myself because I've never finished up a lip gloss before. And I have a ton of lip gloss, so it's really hard for me to go through it. Then I have the Bareminerals Pop of Passion Lip Oil Balm in Rose Passion. This is a really old product. They discontinued the entire line. You can't even get these anymore. I have this much left on it. I have used quite a bit of the Pop of Passion. I think I've used up like half of the amount I had before. I have this much left, which I think is really great progress. I'm really proud of it, but it is so old. I'm just gonna toss it. I've had this probably since like 2014, 2015, something like that. That's really old. Then I had all my face products in this palette, and I want to use this all the way up. I finished the Shapeshifter contour. First was the Urban Decay Shapeshifter contour because I depotted all the Shapeshifter products, and I use this all the way up. I love cream contour. I'm addicted to cream contour. I bought a backup of the palette, but I think instead of opening it, I'm gonna save it for a giveaway because I have fallen in love with the Fenty Amber Matchstick for contouring, and I don't really want to use the Shapeshifter palette for that one pan when I can give it away to you guys, and you guys can make use out of the whole thing. Then my Champagne Pop from my Champagne Collection face palette. I mean, look how full they are. I'm not gonna hit pan. I'm not. But I want to make a sizable dent in these products this year. I have, if you can see that, I have made a dent in Champagne Pop. There is a little bit of a dip there. Shattered, and I had to repress it, but if you can tell, like, it's a lot lower. I made quite a dip in this. I don't think I'll repurchase this because it is just a little bit dark for me, except for in the summertime. Every other time I have to mix it with like a white highlighter just so it doesn't look like a dark stripe on my skin. It's really beautiful. I do like it, but it's just not wearable for me year round. And it is so old at this point. You know, that Champagne collection was like 2015 maybe. So it's time for this to go. I'm just gonna toss it. Next is Becca's Amaretto from that same palette. It was my favorite blush of all time for a long time, but I've discovered other blushes since then and fell in love with other formulas and other colors, and I'm really not gonna miss this too much, especially because the Becca products seem to have a tendency to break and shatter. I don't know if you can see, it just randomly lost a chunk out of it, and that was not from depotting. It just randomly broke and lost a chunk. I mean, look how full they are. I'm not gonna hit pan. I'm not. But I want to make a sizable dent in these products this year. But Amaretto, not so much. I haven't really made a dip in that yet. These blushes are like never ending. I used this quite a bit this year, and I feel like I did not even make a little bit of a dent, any progress at all. But it is so old, I am just tossing it at the end of this project. The last item is the Bareminerals Ocean Drive Bronzer from their, I think, California something face palette, where they had like 2 bronzers and a gold highlight. I really enjoyed this bronzer, but I have since discovered other bronzers, and again, this is from like 2014, 2015 when I worked for Bareminerals. It's quite old. It's definitely expired and it needs to go. The Bareminerals Ocean Drive Bronzer. But I am glad I don't know if you can tell, I'm trying to get a good angle where you can tell. I have made a sizable dent in this, so I'm pretty proud because I've never gone through a bronzer before. So to make a sizable dent in a bronzer is really good for me. Like, I had the Too Faced Sun Bunny for like 10 years and didn't make a visible dent. So this is really good progress for me. So those were all the items in my project, and I feel like I did okay. I could have worked a little bit harder and done a little bit better, but I'm not disappointed in my progress. I don't wear makeup on a daily basis. I usually only wear makeup when I'm filming videos or going out somewhere. I'm a dog groomer. It's pretty impractical for me to get all glammed up, to get wet and slobbered on and all of that. So I don't even bother with makeup on a day-to-day basis. And for only using these like a couple of times a month, I think I made really freaking good progress, because honestly that's probably about how much I use them on average, was a couple of times a month. I don't think I'll do another project for 2019 just because I have so much in my collection now. I think that I need to just let myself enjoy it and play with the variety instead of making myself focus on a few products and then having all this stuff I never touch. I think I should let myself play with everything. So that's what I'm going to do for 2019, is just really get to know and play with and enjoy the collection that I have. I will be going on a low buy. I'm going to be doing an intro video for that low buy next week so that you guys can help keep me accountable. So that will be happening next week, but I'm actually proud of the progress I made. I didn't pan everything, I didn't finish everything, but I think I made progress on everything, and I got like my money's worth, or what I felt like was my money's worth out of the products. So I'm really happy with how this project turned out. If you did a project pan for 2018, I would love to see how your project turned out. Let me know in the comments down below and I'll go check out your video. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!